all of that, my friend, affects our mood, our energy, and our nervous system. So if you're feeling foggy or unmotivated or overstimulated, that doesn't mean that you're doing the new year wrong. Hi, my friend. Welcome to the Bounce Back Black Woman podcast. I'm Dell, and I've overcome some of the most devastating heartbreaks I could ever have imagined. Do you find yourself stuck in sadness after a broken heart, asking God, why me? Well, I'm here to help women just like you heal and build the resilience to overcome life's greatest hurts. If you long for joy and confidence again, this podcast is for you. So grab your headphones and those heartbreaks. Let's talk. Hey there, my friend, and welcome to Bounce Back Black Woman. If you are listening to this episode right now and your mind feels loud or cluttered or overstimulated, this episode is for you. You see, we're at the beginning of a new year, and on paper, that sounds exciting. Fresh starts, new plans, brand new intentions. But here's the part that we don't often say out loud enough. Sometimes the new year doesn't feel fresh at all. It feels noisy, or it may feel lonely. You might still be tired from last year, or still recovering from the things that drained you, still adjusting to the people who are no longer in your life, still carrying grief or disappointment or unanswered questions. And now, suddenly, the world is telling you to plan and to push, to dream, build, and reinvent all at once. If life feels loud right now for you, please know that you are not broken. You are human. And today I want to talk about what to do when life feels noisy and how slowing down instead of speeding up might actually be the most healing choice that you can make. So let's name what's happening. January is loud because everyone is talking at the same time. Social media is full of goals and vision boards and planners and new year, new me energy. Work might be ramping up after the holidays, and it might be hard to get back in that grind. Family routines can shift again. And for many of us, the emotional crash after the holidays is very, very real. There's also something else that we don't talk about enough: the environment, because it matters. The days are shorter. There's less sunlight. It's colder outside. So we're inside more. And all of that, my friend, affects our mood, our energy, and our nervous system. So if you're feeling foggy or unmotivated or overstimulated, that doesn't mean that you're doing the new year wrong. It means that your body and your mind are still adjusting. And when you add to that the pressure to figure everything out right now, it's no wonder that life feels noisy. Noise doesn't just come from sound, my friend. It comes from expectations. It comes from comparison. And it comes from rushing healing that isn't quite finished yet. So here's what we often do when life feels noisy. We try to overpower it. We stay busy. We add more structure. And we push ourselves to plan harder, to do more, and to get focused. But when your nervous system is overwhelmed, adding more input doesn't bring clarity. It actually brings shutdown. You can't think clearly when you're constantly reacting. You can't even hear your own wisdom when everything around you is shouting. Sometimes the problem isn't that you don't know what to do next. It's that you haven't slowed down enough to actually hear yourself. And I want to say this gently, but clearly. Slowing down is not falling behind. Rest is not quitting. Pressing pause is not failing. And taking your time does not mean that you lack ambition or that you lack faith. It means that you're listening. You're listening to God, you're listening to your body, and you're listening to what the environment is telling you. So what do you do when life feels noisy? You don't try to silence everything at once. You start by lowering the volume. Now, what does that look like? Well, that might look like making fewer decisions. Everything doesn't have to be decided right now. Doing less planning. Go with your gut on some things and just do it. Making room for more white space in your day. Do not fill every moment with a task. It might mean that you stop asking, what should I be doing right now? And you start asking, what do I actually need? Sometimes what we need isn't momentum, it's grounding. Instead of rushing to define the whole year ahead, what if you focused on just this season? Instead of mapping out every goal, what if you asked, what would make my days feel gentler? What would help me be more present? What do I need to recover from before I start building anything new? My friend, there is wisdom in letting the year unfold slowly. And I know we want to plan it. We want to know what's ahead for the next 12 months. But we can't really ever know that. Clarity often comes after rest, not before it. Now, I'll be honest with you, because I always am. This message isn't theoretical for me. It's not something that I'm teaching you, but I don't need to live myself. There have been seasons where I wanted clarity so bad that I tried to force it. I kept moving, thinking that if I just stayed busy enough, the answers would show up. But what I've learned, and sometimes learned the hard way, is that healing has its own pace, and you have to honor that. So when I finally slowed down, and when I stopped demanding that I feel ready or feel motivated, that is when my perspective began to shift. Not all growth feels productive. Some of it feels quiet. Some of it feels uneventful or boring. But quiet doesn't mean that nothing is happening. And if you recall, seeds grow underground first before we see the plant above the soil. So before we close, I want to give a few gentle ways to lower the noise this week. The first, limit input. That might mean fewer podcasts, fewer opinions, fewer comparisons. Give your mind a chance to breathe. Number two, create small pockets of stillness, because even 5 minutes of silence can make a difference. Number three, honor your energy instead of fighting it. You don't need to match anyone else's pace. Your pace is exactly the one that you should be listening to. And number four, let enough be enough. You don't have to solve the whole year this week. And most importantly, be kind to yourself, because you are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. So if life feels noisy right now, I want you to hear this. You don't need to push through it. You don't need to outrun it. You are allowed to just slow down and listen, because sometimes healing begins when we stop trying to force clarity and we allow ourselves to rest into it. Now, before we close, here's a gentle journal prompt that you can sit with. What feels loud in my life right now? And what would it look like to lower the volume even just a little bit? No fixing, no rushing, just honesty. And I want you to be patient with yourself, my friend. The noise will settle. And when it does, you'll hear exactly what you need to do next. Well, that's it for today, my friend. I really hope this episode inspired, encouraged, or just plain comforted you? If so, please share it with a friend who might be struggling in her own healing journey. And if you take a moment to leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, you'll help other women find encouragement through their heartbreak. Remember that God is holding your hand along this journey, and guess what? I'm holding the other. Life is short, so bounce back, Black woman.